And we're back, guys. If you've clicked on this video, you are wanting to know how I grew my hair back. Look at it. Check it out. Check it out. So I'm going to talk about when I noticed my hair was balding. First, let me give you guys the prelude, the beginning of the story, and then we are going to jump in to how I did it. I think it's important that you understand when your hair is coming out to take very quick action about it. And that is precisely what I did. As soon as I kind of started noticing my hairline, I immediately was like, okay, I got to do something about this. And then if you want to fast forward to what I actually used, you guys could go ahead and fast forward to that. No harm, no foul. The first photo that you see that's on the thumbnail, that was my hairline in May of this year, 2022. That was my hairline in May. So this is a 6-month transformation, which I think is amazing. I don't really think a lot of guys get that kind of fast result in 6 months, and I'm extremely happy that I did. But I have been, since I started my hair protocol routine, I have been so strict on it. Like I've been tackling it daily. I would say in high school, I had a pretty bad widow's peak. I think that's what you call this, where I don't have like I don't have like that straight hairline where it goes from here back. I have this kind of like W looking thing, M looking thing. And that's called a widow's peak, I guess. So with that, I've had that since high school, and I got made fun of here and there about it just by my friends jokingly. And I didn't notice like my hairline was like that until my friends started like roasting me in high school. And then I was like, oh man, I got a high widow's peak. So it wasn't until I would say maybe last year, I would just notice little small things where like this part right here, this little indent was pushing back a little bit. And then I was like, man, maybe I'm wearing my hats too tight, or I'm pulling my hair like without me knowing with my hats or something. I was like, no big deal. And I would just always wear a hat, but I'm a hat guy. I always wear hats pretty much. I would say I didn't really start wearing hats till I was like 25 and before, like high school. I was lathering my hair with gel. And in high school, I was taking 2 showers a day because my acne was so bad in high school that I was taking a shower in the morning and in the evening just to dry my skin out. And I was shampooing my hair consistently, and I never used conditioner till I was probably like 26, which is really dumb of me. I didn't realize that I needed to do that. So I was just consistently, so you could say for a good amount of like 20 years, I was just drying the crap out of my hair, like just trying to keep my scalp dry, which is the complete opposite of what you want to do. January of this year, I was on YouTube and I stumbled on Trav White. Go check that guy out. I learned a lot from Trav White on how to take care of your hair. So in May of this year, I was like, okay, I really need to get on the ball. I need to start taking care of my hair. Let me try to save it before it gets any worse. So if you are balding, you notice just a little bit like, hey, something's going on with my hairline, you have to jump on it. It's very, very serious. Like, it's better to save your hair at that point than to have like another year or 2 go by where your hairline just keeps receding. So when you notice just the small things, it's important to jump on it immediately. So the first thing I did was I went to Keeps, which is an online platform, and you get linked up with a doctor. You have to take pictures of your hair. You have to take a picture of your hairline, your crown, I think like a top view. And you have to send those pictures in, and then you communicate with a doctor who prescribes you finasteride. Now, finasteride is a DHT blocker. It's dihydrotestosterone. And what finasteride is going to do is block that DHT blocker. Because if you have too much testosterone, it will convert into either DHT or estrogen. So finasteride is a DHT blocker, and DHT is the main component in causing hair loss. Now, there are some other people who disagree with this. Some other things to watch out about if you do start taking it, just be a little bit conscious of if you have a beard or if you have body hair and it's falling out. I mean, if you care about that, if you don't care about that, it's up to you. So the 3 things that I'm doing for my hair that I think are the most important is taking Finasteride, which is, I have it prescribed by a doctor from Keeps. And then the second one is Minoxidil. And the third one is microneedling. Minoxidil is really, really cool. I buy it in bulk at Costco. Costco sells a box of it. It's $50. And then that probably lasts me about 6 months. And with that, I do it every morning and every night. As soon as I wake up, I rub it on my hairline. And then at night, after I get out of the shower, I rub it on my hairline. Now, minoxidil is kind of like, if I can make it sound super easy, if you think about it like soil with growing a plant, like minoxidil is going to almost act like a spark plug for your natural hair to growth. It's going to create a faster response. And then the third one is microneedling. You can buy a microneedler. I have a rolling one from Amazon, super cheap. I think mine was like $10. And I do that twice a week just on my hairline. And so that's going to let the minoxidil soak in a little bit better, open up those hair follicles, easier response. So those are the 3 main important ones. And I learned this from Derek from More Plates, More Dates, where he was the one where he spews out a lot of information, a lot of good information on hair growth. I mean, he's almost like the hair guy go-to on YouTube for guys trying to regrow their hair back. So I pretty much just did the protocol that he said, which was Finasteride, minoxidil, and microneedling. It doesn't take a lot of time. It's a small thing. It's kind of like, I think about it like brushing your teeth. Before I go to bed and when I wake up, I just put on minoxidil. It's like just a habit now to where I'm so conscious about my hair and taking care of it. But you just can't take one and not the other. Like if you just want to take Finasteride and not do the microneedling and minoxidil, you may get results, but it's going to take way longer. And what we're trying to do is, at least in my eyes, if you're trying to do this, do it right, do it correctly, be efficient with it, and be optimal about everything that you're doing with the program that you've created or you're trying to do, because you want a fast response and you want longevity with your hair as well. The other little small things I learned from Trav White on YouTube, another go-to hair guy. When you look at his mane, oh my gosh, his hair is amazing, but he gives a lot of science-based evidence into hair products, which is really important too. Even though we're stimulating hair growth, you want to take care of your hair. So one thing that he talks about, which I didn't know that I was doing basically my whole life, is exposing my hair to the sun. Think about it like a sunburn. When your hair's out in the sun, your scalp is getting really, really dried out. So everything that you're doing, you pretty much just want to avoid your hair getting super dry. So I was looking up research on hair products to use, and even Trav Wright confirmed this, was using coconut oil. So I have bottles of coconut oil. You could buy coconut oil from Target if you want. That's where I get mine. And I spray that in my hair every day. And coconut oil will almost act like a sunscreen to your hair. And it could dry your hair out a little bit, but it's a protective layer on your hair. And I find that it works extremely well. My wife uses it. My wife naturally has curly hair. So when she uses coconut oil consistently, her curls start to come back into her hair. So she's actually just seen a great response just by using coconut oil alone. And then the other one is like, what kind of shampoo and conditioner? So caffeine shampoo, yes, caffeine has shown to almost have the same effects as minoxidil in some research. So I have caffeine shampoo, and I also use another product called Nioxin. Nioxin sells a shampoo and conditioner combo, which I've used for months since I've started my hair care. So I've only used the Nioxin for 6 months straight. It has some hair protective properties in there. One thing I did notice with Nioxin, and I really can't say that if it was the Nioxin shampoo and conditioner, because when I started it, I had started my hair protocol. And kind of like when you start minoxidil and finasteride, you will see some shedding right in the beginning, so it may freak you out, but it's perfectly normal. So I thought it was the Nioxin when I first started, but I guess that was just part of everything that I just started all at once. But the Nioxin is probably a really good shampoo in my eyes. It does not dry your hair out. My hair will stay like pretty silky for 2 days after I've washed my hair, and I only wash my hair once a week. I think that's super important to leave your hair alone. If you're not getting that dirty, where I wear a lot of hats, my hair doesn't get super filthy or anything like that. I take pretty good care of it. I don't put any product in my hair. I don't use any typical products. So I don't use any gels. I absolutely stay away from gels. I stay away from hairspray because that dries the crap out of your hair. I stay away from pomade now. I kind of just use the coconut oil to style my hair because it will relax it a lot more. Like if I wake up and my hair is like pushed out, I'll just spray. Normally I just spray coconut oil over my hair, comb it back, and we're good to go. And then the other important thing to do is to also I would say wash your hair once a week. If you're not getting that dirty, just wash your hair once a week. Your scalp needs its natural oil that it produces. It's so healthy for your hair to keep that natural oil that your scalp produces. People clean their hair way too much and it's just consistently drying your hair out. I mean, when you think about it, when you're using shampoo and conditioner, you get in the shower, you use shampoo. What is shampoo doing? It's cleaning your hair, but when you're cleaning it, you're drying it out. And then you put conditioner in it. Well, conditioner is just adding oil to your hair that your scalp already produces. So when you're adding oil to your hair, it's almost like you're telling your scalp not to produce its natural oils in a way. I'm not saying that's for everybody, but you kind of understand the concept. So just wash your hair once a week. And that's all I've done this whole year is wash my hair once a week. And I think it's made a huge difference just with my hair having its natural oils absorbed from my scalp. Now, I will say this isn't going to be as fast like how mine was in 6 months. It's not going to be as fast for a lot of people. I would say give yourself actually a whole year, 9 months to a whole year on the same protocol till you could see a change, till you could look in the mirror and go, oh crap, or you start seeing little baby hairs grow back. That's the important thing, is that you just want to see a little bit of that line that you're trying to get, at least in my eyes. I don't have any crown balding at all, but you want to see little baby hairs coming back, and then you'll know you're on the right track. And if you just kind of again, notice those small things, it's important that you stick with the program. Don't get lazy with the Minoxidil. Apply it 2 times a day, and trust me, it will work. You just have to give it time. You can't be impatient with this because whenever you're older, you still want to have a nice full head of hair. Just give it time. Just give it some type of dedication, some consistency. Put yourself on some discipline and just take care of your hair. And when you become more knowledgeable about hair and how to take care of it with products to use or not to use, when and not to shampoo your hair, and kind of figure out what works for your hair and your type of hair, which is really important. Like if you have curly hair or super straight hair, maybe your scalp is naturally dry. Those are things that you have to look into in order to take care of your hair. Stick with those main 3 units. You want to do finasteride, minoxidil, the microneedling, and I guarantee you your hair will grow back, or you won't have any further hair loss. All right, guys, thanks for staying in. Thanks for listening to this whole thing and my hair problems. I hope it helped you guys out. If you guys have any questions, leave it in the comments. I'm here to answer anything, but I'm out of here. Take care.